Hi viewers, welcome to another edition of Mary Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Marlai and Opus. Thank you so much for joining me today. Never mind. Thank you to all our new subscribers, to all our returning subscribers, to all our members on Facebook at Mary Clinic Group. Thank you so much for joining us. So today I'll be looking at an interesting topic that says that it is critical or important that spouses check their infertility status before committing to I do. Before committing to marriage, it is very important that you check your infertility status as a husband or as a wife. It's very, very necessary that you check your infertility status. You know why? Before now, the things that we encourage intending couples to check are usually we tell them to check their genotype, their blood group, their HIV status, but we rarely tell intending couples to check for their infertility status or their fertility status. Before now, we don't ask people to check, but see, a lot is beginning to happen in the world today um, that is compelling this body of knowledge or research to happen. And medical personnel and research is beginning to show that it's becoming important that intending couples also check for their fertility status or your infertility status. It is important to check. You know why? Because when you now go into the marriage and you realize that, oh, this person I'm getting married to is not fertile, or she's or he's not potent. Now, when that happens in the marriage, it may be too late for you to say, oh, I'm no longer interested. Besides, it's always good to go into marriage having a full knowledge of everything about you or your spouse before making commitments to go on a lifetime journey with them. Now, many of us, we go into marriage with half knowledge. There's this saying that whatever it is you don't know cannot hurt you, but not in marriage. Whatever it is you don't know will hurt you, will haunt you. It will hurt you, it will haunt you, and it can even destroy you. So it's better you are going into it knowledgeable, that you know everything, so that you don't feel like, oh, you were deceived into it. Because some people will be like, well, I never knew he had low sperm count, I never knew he wasn't potent. Some men too will say, oh, I never knew she wasn't she can't get pregnant, I never knew her womb had been taken out at a time when she was still doing CC and all of that. So you want to know all of that before you jump into marriage, because I've seen cases whereby childlessness is what led to the marriage falling apart. The fact that they were not able to conceive broke down the marriage irretrievably, such that the parties had to go their separate ways. In fact, some other men, due to the untold pressure that their in-laws or their parents mount on them, they are compelled to go marry a second wife. So things happen. I've seen women leave their spouses saying, oh, he had low sperm count and I was not aware, he didn't tell me about it, so apparently he deceived me into marrying him, and because of that they filed for a divorce, and the marriage hit the rock that way. And I've also seen men who say, oh, I never knew she couldn't get pregnant due to childlessness, I had to abandon the marriage, and go remarry. And we've heard things. This issue of childlessness is part of the things, or part of the reason why some men go into infidelity, commit adultery, have multiple sex partner, because in a bid to search for a child, they had to get themselves involved in a lot of things they never thought they could do before going into the marriage. And that is why it has become very necessary, very important for couples and spouses to check your fertility status or your infertility status. It is important you know these things before going into the marriage. Please know his fertility status, know his infertility status, know whether his sperm is potent, whether his sperm is fertile, whether he's the type that can impregnate a woman. And you, the man, to know whether she can conceive, know whether she still has a womb, whether her womb is intact or has been damaged due to repeated and several abortions. You want to know this before insisting that that lady is the one you will marry. And before you even insist that that's the person you will marry, it's good or better that you have all the knowledge, that they come out plain, they come out transparent, you are aware. So it's not that you are going into it blindly or you are going into it ignorantly. It's always good you guys check this status and know it before you go into that marriage. So the same way we check for our blood group, for our genotype, for HIV status, please, it has become very necessary, very important for us to check our infertility status. And some other people have also said that it has become important for us to add checking of our mental health status to it before committing to I do. You know why? Because many people now, it's we see things. So quite a number of people now are so erratically in marriage that you'll be wondering what's going on. Is it that people are going into relapse, or is it that the economic situation is taking a toll on some people? You see spouses acting erratically, acting out of anger, they are enraged, beat each other up, so many things, so many things, so many things. So please, you don't want to spoil your marriage with your behavior, with your attitude. You don't want to go into a marriage that you cannot enjoy, that you are enduring it. A marriage that you are like, I'm full of regret, going into this kind of marriage. So please, in order not to go into it and start regretting, please make sure you know the status of the person you are going with into that marriage. Make sure you know their status. Please check it. It's important you check. It's important you know it, because see, when there's a case of childlessness in a marriage, this can make love to wear off or to wear out. Both of you will now realize, maybe we are not meant to be for each other anyway. But the ones that understand or know their God, they will stand strong, they will encourage each other, and they will let each other know that, see, no matter what, don't worry, we will conceive. And see, I have always believed that there's nobody that can't conceive. That's the honest truth, because with God, all things are possible. However, we cannot say because with God, all things are possible. We should not check these things. Please check so that you will be the one to take that personal decision whether you want to still opt for it, despite the fact that you are aware about it, about the limitations in it or not. So that someone does not accuse you into deceiving them, into marrying them just to now realize that, oh, he or she could not conceive, or he or she cannot impregnate a wife. And please, in-laws, let's be careful how we treat couples that are still looking up to God for the fruit of the womb. See, delays do happen due to so many reasons. It could be lifestyle, it could be ethic, type of work they are involved in. Maybe it could be that they don't have rest of mind in the marriage. So that is why, see, as couples, as husband and wife that are looking to conceive, it is good for you to have harmony in your home. It is good for your home to be peaceful. Let that woman have rest of mind. Let that man have rest of mind. Eat well, eat vegetables. See, lifestyle too also matters when you're looking for conception, when you're looking to conceive. Don't work in an environment that is toxic, that will raise your high blood pressure, that will make you sad and unhappy. You don't want to work in such places. See, you want to work in a place whereby you will be happy that you are going to work. All of these things matter. You want to work in an environment that you find restful, not the one that is giving you high blood pressure. You don't want that. So please consider it. And even at home, please be at peace with each other. Let in-laws give time. to these young couples because they will still give birth. Stop pressurizing them. Stop asking them, when are you giving birth? Haven't your wife conceived? Please mind your business. Leave these young ones alone to enjoy their life. Pray for them if you are so worried about their conception, because I know that they will still give birth. So pray for them. Encourage them to eat well, to eat fruit, to eat balanced diet, and they should also go for treatment. I've heard some wives say that, hey, my husband is so stubborn, he doesn't want to go for treatment, he doesn't even want to go check his fertility or infertility status. Please, you don't want to put yourself in a disadvantageous position. Go and check, go with your wife, check your status, seek for treatment where necessary, pray to God. And by the time you do all of these things, simultaneously, I know that you will get results. And please live harmoniously and peacefully with each other. Live harmoniously and peacefully with the wife of your youth. Don't give her high blood pressure because she's here to conceive. And please, in-laws, let's be careful too. Let's be careful. Parents, don't mount pressure that you must take another wife. Please, just be praying for them, and we know that with time they will give birth. Thank you so much. I hope I've said a lot. Couples, intending couples, please always go and check for your infertility status or your fertility status. It is important you check. And if you are already married and you guys are having delay in conception, please go and check this out. Go and check this out as well. It is important that you check it and know your fertility status. I hope I've said a lot. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a like, give us a comment. Share these videos to others so that they can learn. If you have also learned something from it, I remain your host, Morlai and Oputi. Till we meet again.